Hello and welcome to the Channel 1 Newsroom from our studios at number 5, Owula Hansen Lane at Tesano here in Accra. I am Nanatufo Boateng. Coming up. Police arrest 100 suspects over attacks at Akuti Health Center in the Central Region.
So they're going to the hospital to attack somebody who was there to seek medical attention. It's no. It's something you don't have to even countenance in the first place. So we are bent on bringing all the perpetrators.
8 days to the NPP's presidential primary. We touch base with a campaign of the various aspirants and the latest prediction from Global Info Analytics. Also coming up, Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, DVLA, announces the expiration of driver's licenses on the birth dates of holders.
This year, we are starting a project where license expiration will be conterminous to your date of birth. It will be conterminous to your date of birth. So your date of birth will be the day your license will be expiring. That is the new initiative we are bringing on board.
Also coming up, pressure group Arise Ghana ends phase 1 of protest at the U.S. Embassy, demanding immediate extradition of former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta.
We have suspended our picketing for at least 1 week to allow the United States of America's embassy and its government to respond to us. If the response is favorable, we cease to come here. But if it's unfavorable, we return.
Coming up in Channel 1 Business. Governor of the Bank of Ghana calls for deeper collaboration between industry players and regulators in the virtual asset space. And later in Channel 1 Sports. Sports Minister Kofi Adams inaugurates 11-member committee to oversee the administration of the Ghana Sports Fund. Grateful for your time. Let's bring you details of our stories now. The Central North Regional Police Command has arrested 100 residents of Asing Ruakese in connection with the recent armed attack on a patient at the Akuti Health Center. Now, police say the suspects are being screened for possible prosecutions. Central Regional Correspondent Akosiado has more in the following report.
It was on Sunday, 11th January 2026, when a violent altercation ensued between Yaobuabeng and the couple. An individual, identified as Daniel, who sustained a machete wound on his arm as a result of the altercation, rushed to the Akuti Health Center in Asing Ruakese for treatment. Yaobuabeng would also later rush to the same facility, bleeding heavily from head and hand injuries. But while he was being catered for, some members of the community besieged the facility and brutally attacked Yaobuabeng, throwing him into a coma. Chairs and other properties belonging to the facility were vandalized during the attack, sending a wave of fear among health workers who threatened to abandon posts. An initial police investigations led to the arrest of 20-year-old community police assistant Bismarck Yabua and Yaobuabeng. Subsequently, police arrested hundreds of residents of the community in an intelligence-led swoop. The arrests followed sustained intelligence gathering, which indicated that the attack was a coordinated mob action involving several individuals within the community.
Initially, we arrested about 95 of them. You were able to retrieve 3 locally manufactured weapons. So the 95, the age bracket was between 17 to 65. And we have a few ladies amongst them. It was an intelligence-led swoop. You know that most of them they are complicit, but they have run away, and some were also into hideout. If you read our criminal code, section 22 of the criminal code, that's Act 29, it says, among other things, that every individual has the responsibility or duty to prevent the commission of a crime. You and I, you all have the duty to prevent. Members of the community had the duty to prevent the commission of this crime, but they didn't. Some of them looked on. Some of them even facilitated the commission of the crime by jeering them up. Oh, you do one plan. So far as they have not been able to prevent the commission of the crime which took place in their presence, they are also culpable. Then some of them are also harboring the criminals.
DCOP Abraham Akwei, the Central North Regional Police Commander, explained that the 100 suspects would undergo a thorough screening process, after which those found culpable would be arraigned.
So they're going to the hospital to attack somebody who was there to seek medical attention. It's no. It's something you don't have to even countenance in the first place. So we are bent on bringing all the perpetrators to book, to serve as a form of deterrent to others who have cultivated the habit of attacking people, either at the hospital or even the police. At times, police, we get a wind that somebody is under attack and is about to be lynched. If you go there and you want to survey the situation, the mob will tend the aggression to you.
Meanwhile, the community police assistant and Yaubwabing, who were initially arrested, have been remanded into police custody. They are expected to reappear before the court on February 5, 2026. Another suspect, Daniel Ababio, who was captured in the video inflicting injuries on Yaubwabing with a pair of scissors, has also been arrested.
Beyond the arrests, sustainable measures have been laid to ensure adequate protection of workers at the health facility. For the Channel 1 Newsroom, I am Akwesi Ado, Asinfosu, Central Region.
Let's now do some politics now. And NPP flag bearer aspirant Dr. Brian Echampong has urged party delegates to assess his leadership record ahead of the January 31 presidential primary and vote for him to lead the NPP back to power. He says his track record in unity building and organization makes him the best suited candidate to rebuild the party's weakened grassroots base. Addressing delegates in the Ashanti region, he promised jobs and opportunities for party members and called for inclusive leadership to resolve internal tensions. There is more in the following report.
Presidential hopeful of the new patriotic party, Dr. Brian Echampong, has announced plans to rebuild the party's grassroots base, describing its current state as weakened and neglected over the years. According to him, revitalizing the party's grassroots and empowering its foot soldiers will not only strengthen internal cohesion, but also create meaningful opportunities for party members across the country. Speaking while engaging delegates from Manson Koko, Mansoe Dubia, Odotobiri, Bekwai, Bosomtwe, Bosomfreho, Fomena, Asokwa, and New Edubiase during his second campaign tour of the Ashanti region ahead of the January 31 primaries. Dr. Echampong expressed disappointment over what he described as the gradual erosion of the party's base and assured delegates that his leadership would prioritize jobs and opportunities for loyal party members if elected flag bearer.
Maybe I want to do something very different, very, very different. So if you're naya, Yankopon de bedum yeno. Me make sure say Obiara edine nsa bechire bibi so. When the nsa bechire bibi so aka say me boa party neba ben mu no. When na me nso me de mesai den aka. Na we na menya free 4 years. Me meye no say ma fa nipa kakra bi na ma bi no. Obiara de nsa besi bibi so. Obiara ye be yeso.
Dr. Echampong urged delegates to place their confidence in his candidacy, promising to deliver a reformed and revitalized NPP capable of wielding political power and improving the lives of its members. He said tensions among leading party figures, including former Asin Central MP Kennedy Japan and former Vice President Mahmoud Bawumia, could have escalated during the Peace Pact ceremony without careful leadership. According to him, unresolved issues at the party's top levels have contributed to dissatisfaction among some members, stressing the need for inclusive leadership and internal discipline.
Problem wa ya manyukuo num. Mo de mo amunkohwe videos no. Me bo mo de ma number 1 afede ne kraba de ho a all sre kakra number 3 no so e de ahyem. Party for na ni nye saa ne ma no. Me hye mo bo. Me be hye mo bo no me sa hye mo bo wa ha bio. 1st February. Ye 31st February. Ye the discipline. We will restore discipline in our party.
Let's still stay with the NPP, and flag-bearer aspirant Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has been tipped to win the party's presidential primary scheduled for January 31. That's according to the final poll and predictions released by Global Info Analytics on Friday. The poll, conducted between December 29, 2025 and January 23, 2026, surveyed 10,133 respondents across all 16 regions and 272 constituencies using a random probability sampling method. Global Info Analytics' final prediction model indicates that Bawumia leads with 57% of the vote, followed by Kennedy Japan with 28%. Dr. Brian Achampong is projected to secure 13%, while Dr. Yaosei Educhum has 2%. The remaining candidate, Kwabena Japan, is recorded at 0% in the poll. The survey has a confidence level of 99.9% and a margin of error of 1.57%. The predictive model carries a margin of error of 3.0%. The results suggest a strong lead for Dr. Bawumia as the NPP prepares to choose its flag bearer ahead of the 2026 general elections. Let's now take you to the camp of Kennedy Ohene Japan, and joining us in studio is Dr. Kwaku Edubuahene, a senior member of the Kennedy Japan campaign team. Doc, thank you so much for coming. Just give us a brief of how it has been so far and where your confidence levels are.
Thank you so much. Greetings to our delegates out there, and then to your good self, and then a very good evening to the incoming flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party.
I like how you put it. It means your confidence is really high.
Yes. Honorable Kennedy Kwame Akompreko Japan. Because we know that by the close of polls on the 31st of January, he will be the elected flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party.
That you are sure of.
And I am fully, I'm assured of it. And then I know that is what is going to happen. Because from wherever we've been to, the messages we have given out there, you know, among the 5 candidates, like I always put it, any one of them qualifies to lead the New Patriotic Party.
Right.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Dr. Brian Achampong, Dr. Osei Educhum, engineer Kwabena Japan, a fine gentleman, and then Kwame Akompreko Japan. All of them are qualified to lead a New Patriotic Party. But then every era and a sort of leadership that everybody envisages. At the moment, what Ghanaians are calling for is a disciplined person, an honest person, a person that is principled,
If you say all of these 5 are qualified, that suggests to me that all of these 5 have these qualities you are describing.
They all have immense qualities.
So what makes Kennedy Agyapong stand out?
Kennedy is a disciplined person, as somebody that is honesty. You see, is honest because he will tell you the truth. He will look at you in the face.
Truth to power.
That is it, and tell you the truth.
And walks the talk.
And Kennedy is an achiever. He's a doer. And then, you see, over 24 years, he was the member of parliament for Asen North and then Asen Central.
Yeah, until the division happened.
Yes, for 24 good years. Which means he has a track record of winning elections.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And then, if he was somebody that was only in power and then would not do anything for his community and all that, people would have said it. And then they would have reflected, this is a constituency that was a bona fide of the NDC. But when he came, he took it and he kept it as his. And this is a man that has Ghanaians at heart to the point where he would take his $6 million US to build a cardiothoracic center for Ghana.
Indeed.
A lot of them have chains of businesses, but then how many of them are doing the sort of things that Kennedy Agyapong does? And then even within the MPP, if we say from 1992 to today, the person who has single-handedly funded NPP, that is Kennedy Agyapong. Right. And his message to the people out there is that I will transform Ghana through one, job creation.
Indeed.
Building 1 million entrepreneurs within his first 2 years. Million entrepreneurs. He says that tourism in countries like Egypt who have no raw material, it is tourism that earns them. And then they have approximately $5 billion coming into the Egyptian economy.
Through tourism.
Through tourism. Okay? And then places like South Africa and co make almost about $3 billion in tourism alone. He says, if we talk about tourism sites in Ghana, they are enormous.
True.
And then I'm going to use these things to build Ghana. Agro-business.
Right.
Have a vast area like the Northern Belt, where he thinks that we can grow to feed the whole of Africa from there.
Right.
And so he is not only going to tell MPP that, listen, vote for me and then I want to be your leader, but he's providing practical solutions to whatever will be the narrative come 2028.
Yesterday, he didn't seem too happy during the signing of the Peace Pact. What was the issue?
The issue was that there were 2 major things that were spoken about to every aspirant. They all discussed it, and then they agreed that 1, every polling station after the ballots, the voting, the counting must be done in the open.
Right.
It shouldn't be in any obscure place. And then this was omitted from the writings out there. And 2, there was another proposal that was accepted that any abnormality and then write up from the EC that does not correspond or tally, that particular voting center will be annulled. And then that was also agreed. But then when it came to the document that he was reading, he didn't see those things captured.
There were omissions. These things were omitted.
They were omitted. And so he drew the attention of the chairman of the committee to come and look at it. And then they accepted it and then told the whole gathering that, listen, this is something that an error coming from our part, and then we promise we would put it in there. And this should tell you the sort of leader we are talking about. So you saw that everybody took the pen and then they were just signing. But then he had to read through thoroughly. And then tell them that, listen, this is what we agreed on, that is what we agreed on, and this is what we agreed on. But it has been omitted from the documents here. So that should tell you that he has the eye for details.
True.
And then he brings his business acumen here. Among them, engineer here, doctors here. Kwame Kompreko is only but a businessman.
Right.
But he was able to point out that, listen, this is what we agreed on, and then these things are out.
Were those things put back in before he
Yes,
signed?
the committee chairman told the gathering that it is true, his reasons or his concerns are genuine, and that they were going to put it back. So he signed it with a conviction that they will put it back.
Very well. Very well. The Global Info Analytics has released its final poll ahead of the primary on January 31. It puts Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia ahead of Kennedy Ohene Ejapong. Dr. Bawumia some 57%, whilst Kennedy trailing with some 28%. Where do you stand on this particular poll?
As a student of politics and as an election, somebody that has been involved in elections and all that, I always say that I will not poo-poo anybody's research.
Indeed.
Because he spends his time, his resources to really look at his research base and all that. But you see, there's one thing that we all have to understand. When you put out a research, your model description and then your results must be consistent.
Right.
But Musa Dankwa's research and then his final polls that he put out there, it tells us that this is only but a cooked up story.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, I'm telling you. I'm being blunt with you.
But you just say you wouldn't want to poo-poo somebody's scientific work.
But then, listen, when truth be told, okay, I have said it, that I would not want to be running people down. In any case, researchers are supposed to inform us, it's supposed to educate us, it's supposed to make us sit on our toes and then know that we are supposed to be doing this and doing that. But then you can't be sitting in your office in Accra and churning out polls. And then what is your methodology? What is your margin of error? And he tells us.
He gives you a confidence level of 99.9%. He gives you an error margin of 1.57%. Predictive model carries a margin of error of 3.0.
Out of 10,000 people, and then his margin of error is 1%. That is a bloody lie in any research. It's a bloody lie.
You think so?
Yes.
It is not applicable.
It is.
By any standards.
Listen. Last week, just last week, Safe Africa predicted Kennedy Japan winning by 52%. Then on Sunday, just gone by Sunday, Evans Dua also predicted Kennedy Japan winning by 52%.
Right.
And then Evans Dua used a 31,000, and then he has a sample size, and he has a margin of error as 5. Okay, and then he does his with 10,000 and gives us a margin of error
1.57.
1.57. And it tells us that 10,000 views are saying that Bawumia is up there. And then what of his research back in November, what did he give Bawumia? He gave Bawumia 47%.
I think, yeah.
And then gave Kennedy Japan 28. And then he said that the undisclosed and then the what was the other one? The undisclosed and whatever. People are all people that he thinks belongs to Kennedy Japan. And so definitely he tells us that Kennedy Japan has taken the lead. Now what changed? You see, there should be some level of consistency in your reportage out there.
Very well.
Okay?
Very well.
But then this thing that he has churned out, there's no consistency in it. Read or go through Global Info Analytics reports from somewhere October till today. Bad, and then the inconsistency levels.
Very well done. Unfortunately, we'll have to leave it here, but you're confident Kennedy Japan is winning?
Believe you me. You see, in 2028, we can't take Bawumia to that post, because when you take him there, the NDC will come and hit you with the fact that the dollar, they have been able to stabilize it. The fact that petrol
is down
and all that, the pricing is down.
Right.
And then Bawumia would not have any answers to Ghanaians. The only option we have as a political party is to change the face and take a new person there who will change the narrative from the narrative of talking about the economy to the narrative of talking about
job creation.
Which, if you ask me, Nana, I'll tell you the truth. Today, we have almost about 1.3 million Ghanaians who are educated but unemployed.
Very well.
And that has become a national security threat issue.
Very well.
Okay?
Very well.
And
Kennedy has the solution
and
to
Kennedy
this.
has the solution to make sure that these people and even those that the universities are churning out would be employed.
Very well.
And gainfully employed as well.
Dr. Kwaku Adubuayin, thank you so much for your time. Unfortunately, we'll have to leave it here, but thank you so much. Dr. Kwaku Adubuayin is a senior member of the Kennedy Ohene Air Japan's campaign team. Let's bring you some more stories. This time, we're taking you to the Ashanti region, where transport operators at the Sofo Line bus terminal in the Kwadaso municipality are unhappy over the insanitary conditions at the terminal. The operators say despite a daily toll of 3 cedis to clean up the terminal, the sanitation situation remains unchanged. Channel 1 News' Ashanti regional correspondent Doris Lonta reports.
The Sofo Line bus terminal, one of the busiest transport hubs in the Ashanti region, with vehicles connecting several communities to the regional capital and beyond, has come under public scrutiny over its worsening sanitation conditions. While leadership at the terminal admits there are sanitation challenges, they blame the Kwadaso Municipal Assembly for neglecting its responsibilities, despite collecting daily sanitation tolls from drivers. One of the chairpersons at the terminal, Julio Cesar Amwa, in an interview with Channel 1 News, said they are sometimes forced to rely on their own members to clean the area when conditions become unbearable. However, he questioned the justification for the daily toll if the assembly is unwilling to perform its duty.
The sanitation problem here is quite enormous. The assembly is not helping the unions. We pay our daily tolls. Each car that make entry to the terminal is charged 3 cedis every blessed day. And yesterday, we the drivers, we sweep here ourselves, not the assembly. So tell them that it is their obligation. They shouldn't forget that. That's the sanitation problem here is their obligation. They have to do it. And let the drivers rest. The main container over there, which the car normally come and then take it away. At times, if you get full, you call them, they won't come. At times, our main, what is it, Buama, you talk with him. At times, he will pay for it.
He further complained about the siphoning of toilet facilities during working hours when passengers are present to board vehicles. According to him, this practice exposes both drivers and passengers to offensive odors and potential health risks.
The siphoning of the toilet should be done in the evening, whilst we've closed or the drivers are not, the passengers are not around. But daytime, run about 8, 10, while there is a queue and all that, then they will be siphoning this toilet, and the whole place is smelly. We've been telling them, said they should talk to those people. But it's unfortunate the assembly is not in charge of the toilet. They've given it to BOT. You see, they share profit with the owner of the toilet. So that person doesn't care. You see, and we drivers, at times, we do our things in such a manner that nobody will understand us. Because when we become furious, things will escalate. So they should tell the person who is in charge of that toilet to make sure he siphons the toilet at appropriate time.
Leadership of the Sofo Line bus terminal is urging the Kwadaso Municipal Assembly to step up and perform its sanitation duties. Reporting for Channel 1 News, I'm Doris Lonta, Ashanti Region.
The Chief Executive of the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority, DVLA, Julius Nikwe Kote has announced that drivers' licenses will now expire on the holder's date of birth, alongside the introduction of an SMS notification to alert motorists ahead of renewals. The announcement was made on Friday in Accra. Channel One News' Rachel Engman reports.
At a press conference to account for his first year in office, Julius Nikwe Kote outlined plans to modernize DVLA operations and improve service delivery. Under the new system, drivers will receive SMS reminders when their licenses and roadworthiness certificates are due for renewal, aimed at enhancing compliance and efficiency.
We also introduced the SMS notification, where now people are being informed on when their license expiration is due. Mind you, this year we are starting a project where license expiration will be conterminous to your date of birth. It will be conterminous to your date of birth. So your date of birth will be the day your license will be expiring. That is the new initiative we are bringing on board. And just the public should know about that. So we are about to roll on roadworthy to it. So when it's time for you to go and renew your roadworthy, we'll give you SMS to inform you on the said date.
The chief executive added that the DVLA is introducing cloning detectors to identify vehicles that are stolen or have unpaid duties.
We are bringing cloning detectors. The cloning detectors will help our technical officers to detect cars that are either stolen or have not paid duty but are in the country. Because people clone the numbers. They have a way of doing it at Abosoka. It's so wonderful. You will not see that your car has been, the chassis number has been changed, but they'll change it. So we'll bring the detectors.
He also highlighted the rollout of a queue management system to reduce waiting times at DVLA offices.
We are going to introduce the queue management system. When you go to most of our offices, I'm told the Guru boys don't queue. Yes, Mr. Liu, you know this. The Guru boys, they don't queue. They just come, put the money in the work, and then give it to our workers. And our workers will ignore our clients coming for service. So we're not going to go by the bank way of doing things. You come, yes, Mr. 1, 2, number 3. That's how we are going to go by.
Authorities at the DVLA have accounted for 1 year in office, noting reforms that would modernize operations and strengthen efficiency. Reporting for Channel One News, I am Rachel Engman.
You're watching the Channel One Newsroom here on Channel One Television. Still to come. Governor of the Bank of Ghana calls for deeper collaboration between industry players and regulators in the virtual asset space. We'll bring you the details of that story and others shortly. Please do stay.
Having the right diagnosis can save your life. Welcome to SynLab. Inside the state-of-the-art facility, patients have the benefits of cutting-edge technology, experienced lab technicians, personalized care in our ultra-modern clinic, and most importantly, answers.
I've been doing all my tests at MedLab for over 20 years, till they rebranded to SynLab. You know, he was just a little boy when I started bringing him to MedLab. Oh, sorry, SynLab.
SynLab. SynLab is the new MedLab.
My family trusts SynLab.
At SynLab, our highly trained personnel give our clients personalized attention every step of the way.
SynLab is the preferred option for your annual routine health checks to avoid negative health surprises.
SynLab is the new MedLab.
SynLab, medical excellence for you.
In a nation full of questions, where truth often hides behind noise, one show dares to ask what truly matters Face to Face. With fearless clarity and a quest for accountability, host Umaru Sanda Amadou sits down with the movers and shakers of politics, governance, society, and business, confronting the issues that define our national conversation.
Yes, I am Umaru Sanda Amadou. This is Face to Face, and you're welcome.
I say very often on the floor of Parliament that when we were in government, we got some things right, we got some things wrong.
Are you still planning to go to Parliament, or you want to look at National Party office position?
No, I'll be going back to Parliament. There's an unfinished business which I need to do.
Sports has 3 legs: development, management, and promotion.
Disintegration is extreme. We do not wish that even on your worst enemy.
Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umaru Sanda Amadou on Face to Face as he digs deeper, challenges power, and reveals the stories shaping Ghana's future. Only on Channel One TV.
Grateful for your time. Next, we have Channel One Business with Nashika Caesar. Hello, Na. Good to see you.
Thanks, Ifma. Good to see you too.
Well, Governor Siama has been making some calls.
He has.
What's he on this time around?
I'll tell you all about that in a bit.
Give us the details.
Right now in business, the Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Esiama, has underscored the need for enhanced collaboration among regulators, industry players, and civil society to build a well-informed and resilient virtual assets ecosystem in Ghana. Speaking at the launch of the National Virtual Asset Literacy Initiative at the Bank Square, Dr. Isiama noted that such collaboration is critical for the successful implementation and operational effectiveness of the initiative. Here's more.
At the launch of the National Virtual Assets Literacy Initiative, in collaboration with the Securities and Exchange Commission and key academic partners, Governor of the BOG Dr. Johnson Esiama stressed the need for public education and consumer protection to mitigate risk from digital assets. He noted that the initiative is guided by 2 main objectives.
Not only, I'm told, it's a carefully designed initiative which is led by the Bank of Ghana in collaboration with SEG and key knowledge partners from academia and industry. It is guided by 2 key policy objectives. First is to strengthen institutional capacity on virtual assets and enabling technologies, particularly blockchain, which is to support effective regulation supervision and policy formulation.
Director General of the Securities and Exchange Commission, Dr. James Klucha-Veji, added that an informed national strategy is essential for navigating the evolving digital financial landscape and promoting reasonable participation in virtual assets.
The National Virtual Asset Literacy Initiative reflects a commitment to promoting informed participation in financial literacy, supporting innovation within clear, predictable, and proportionate regulatory framework, encouraging collaboration among regulators such as Securities and Exchange Commission and Bank of Ghana, the industry, academia, and consumers.
Now, Ghana's economy is projected to grow by about 6% by the end of 2026, outperforming the International Monetary Fund's earlier average growth projection of 4.8%. Taking a look into the crystal ball, renowned analyst David Ofusudota says that despite ongoing global and continental challenges, Africa is set to record uneven but notable expansion. Emmanuel Opong reports.
According to him, shifting capital flows, rising intra-African investment, and deliberate efforts in agribusiness will underpin this momentum over the medium term.
Ghana will grow more than 4%. Nigeria is projected to be about 4.2%, Ghana 5.8%. I believe Ghana will hit about 6%. Ethiopia 7.6%, and Kenya 5.4%.
He also projects gold prices to surge as high as $5,000.
The dollar has lost its status as a reserve currency from 90 at my last check. It's worth about 50%. That explains the rise in the price of gold, among other things. That's not the only reason. So gold prices will continue to rise, and from the crystal ball, it will hit 5,000, and it will stay very high throughout the year.
Away from that, the paramount chief of the Esikado traditional area, Nana Kobina Nketia, has criticized Ghana's continued export of raw materials with little or no value addition. He says such initiative comes at the expense of local processing that could generate greater economic benefits for the country. Speaking at the Western Regional Investment Forum in Takoradi, Nana Nketia called for Ghana's investment strategy to be guided by its heritage and development priorities.
We have rubber. Go there, you see a vast thing of rubber, and yet we are sending the rubber as what? Raw extract or whatever it is. It's like madness. It's like madness. Can't we do the rubber thing here? That factory that Nkrumah built is still standing there. How many ties, used ties, do we import into this country? And it's in whose interest? It's like the Ashangu. In whose interest? How is investment going to help us? You have gold mines at Prestia. Go to Prestia and see.
Let's now bring you an update on how the city is performing on the interbank market. And that's it for Channel One Business. I am Nashika Caesar. Tufman, back to you.
Oh, thank you so much, Na. Well, let's bring you some more stories. And pressure group Arise Ghana has suspended its picketing at the United States Embassy in Accra after formally submitting a petition to the embassy on the fourth day. Conveners of the group are calling for the immediate extradition of former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta to Ghana. The following is a report by Channel One News' Neo Kainsetre and read by Melody Fafa Potofe.
Members of Arise Ghana have been picketing at the United States Embassy in Accra since January 20, 2026, demanding the return of former Minister of Finance Ken Ofori-Atta to Ghana to face justice. Conveners of the group on Friday submitted a petition to the United States Embassy amid chants from protesters and a heavy police presence. The group says it is suspending the picket for 1 week to allow U.S. authorities time to respond to their demands.
All that we are requesting for is that there are allegations of abuse, allegations of personal aggrandizement from the office, and that is the report. So, in short, we have suspended our picketing for at least 1 week to allow the United States of America's embassy and its government to respond to us. If the response is favorable, we cease to come here. But if it's unfavorable, we return and possibly in a grand style.
Some protesters said the United States government must deport Ken Ofori-Atta, arguing that failure to do so would amount to support for corruption.
He's trying to avoid coming. Now watch this. If U.S. try to shade the man, then we will let the whole world know that U.S. is supporting crime. U.S. is supporting what we call corruption.
Responding to questions about why Ken Ofori-Atta was their main focus, some protesters said the numerous allegations against him and the office he held makes him priority over others.
You know, it's step by step. And looking at the prominent office that Ken Ofori-Atta has occupied. So it means we have to focus on, because of his office of importance. And you know, over 78 charges that have been leveled up against him. It's enough reason why we need to focus on him first, that other people can come in. We know that when we get him, we will get other people. He will, at the end of the day, mention other people who has, you know, collaborated with him to loot the country.
Now, the Savannah Regional Police Command has arrested 24 Togolese nationals traveling from Togo to Tumtuba in the Savannah region to engage in illegal mining, popularly known as galamsey. In an interview with Channel 1 News, the Savannah Regional Commander of the Ghana Police Service, DCOP David K. Amwakon, said the arrest followed intelligence gathered by the Police Intelligence Department. He explained that the suspects were intercepted while en route to Tumtumba, where they later admitted they were heading to engage in illegal mining activities.
Police acting on the intelligence through our PID, Police Intelligence Department, intercepted a number of people who were being trafficked from Togo to Tumtumba to do illegal mining. And they have been interviewed, interrogated, and all of them has confessed of being trafficked from Togo to Tumtumba to do mining, where a lot of people are doing mining there. And the number of the people, we intercepted 24 of them. All of them, with the exception of 2, and all of them are being trafficked to Tumtumba. So currently, we are processing them, and we are going to profile them, take their pictures, their fingerprints, before officially handing over to the immigration.
Now, President John Dramani Mahama has announced plans to establish Ghana's first cyber and electronic warfare center at the Tamale Air Force Base. The president also says his administration will establish 2 new military units in OT and Central regions. According to the president, the warfare center will involve the procurement of armored vehicles, drones, and other equipment to enhance security at border checkpoints and across the country. The president made the announcement at the 2025 Ghana Armed Forces West African Soldiers Social Activity, WASA, where he commissioned phase 1 of a 2,000-unit military barracks project and a fleet of vehicles to support armed forces operations.
Plans are also well advanced to procure armored personnel carriers, strategic drones, and advanced communication systems to establish Ghana's first state-of-the-art cyber and electronic warfare center in the northern sector. As I announced earlier, we're going to set up a cyber and electronic warfare center at the Tamale Air Force Base. And this center will be responsible for maintaining surveillance of our borders, and also will have an assault capacity in the event that our country comes under any attack. Additional acquisitions for the armed forces will include offshore patrol vessels for the Ghana Navy, 4 brand new Eurocopter helicopters for the Ghana Air Force, a new executive jet for the Ghana Air Force for the use of traveling executives, including myself,
Still to come on the Channel 1 Newsroom. Sports Minister Kofi Adams inaugurates 11-member committee to oversee the administration of the Ghana Sports Fund. Stay with us, we'll be right back with the details.
Are you planning to relocate from your company office or house, whether across cities to another town or halfway around the country? You want a moving company you can depend on to get you there? Let me introduce you to Logistics Movers. We are here to help you every step of the way, from planning the move to unpacking the last box and settling into your office or home. We have the expertise, experience, and market understanding, and offer fast, reliable, and professional transportation services services in Ghana. Our main thrust is to successfully move your business, household items safely, on time, and hassle-free. You can call us on 0246 833 539 or 0244 342 465. You can also send us an email to info@logisticsmovers.com or check our website www.logisticsmovers.com. Why expose your company or household items to theft or damages when you are relocating if it's avoidable? Logistics Movers, we help you relocate.
Welcome to The Point of View. This is your favorite current affairs show here on Channel 1 Television. On The Point of View, we pick the right topics, get the right guests, and ask them relevant questions on issues that matter to you.
With the complexities of the issues happening around us on a daily basis, it's the hard-hitting conversations and the probing questions of The Point of View.
So what is the Public Account Committee's job?
So what we do is to scrutinize, clarify, and find out why certain infractions have been made.
What do these IMF programs try to do?
The current program is for budget support.
Okay.
There are no projects attached.
That teases apart the twisted entanglements of politics and governance, as well as religious and social discourse. The Point of View brings you the policymakers and duty bearers and drills down to the very bottom of issue.
What authority do you have?
The Point of View airs every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
Well,
You're welcome back. Next, we have Channel 1 Sports with Bernard Abekwachiri. Hello, Bernard. Good to have you.
Hi, boss. Great to see you.
Right. So the sports fund is the board is fully active now?
Yeah. Are you a supporter of that?
Well, we only hope for the best for our sports and the sports development in the country.
True.
So yeah, whatever
Maybe this
works.
might just be one of the boards that's going to work excellently. Let's get into it, shall we?
All right.
Great. Now, in addressing Ghana's funding challenges within the sporting sector, a significant step was taken at the Sports Ministry with the inauguration of an 11-member board to oversee the Ghana Sports Fund. The ceremony was attended by the Director General of the National Sports Authority, Yampo for Ankara, alongside other board members who were officially sworn in by the Minister for Sports to supervise the implementation of the Sports Fund Bill. My colleague Gabi Ofer was at the ministry and filed this report.
Members of the board, you carry a significant national responsibility. You are being entrusted with public confidence, public resources, and the hopes of athletes across the country. Your decisions must reflect fairness, transparency, and strategic thinking. The fund must serve sport, not interest.
In addressing the newly inaugurated board of the Ghana Sports Fund, the sports minister issued a clear directive cautioning members to refrain from using the fund to serve personal interest, stressing that they would be overseeing state resources. Kofi Adams made these remarks after swearing in the board at the ministry's premises, with the Director General of the National Sports Authority, Yao Ampofankra, as well as the chairperson and the administrator of the Ghana Sports Fund Bill in attendance. Speaking after the inauguration, the administrator for the Ghana Sports Fund, Dr. David Kofi Mauvi Uwaku, outlined several avenues the board could explore to generate revenue for the fund.
Okay, the law is very clear. We have sources of funds. We will limit ourselves to those ones for now and strategically develop through that to create sustainable. We are allowed to do investment into lotteries. We are allowed to invest into bonds and other things that will yield revenue to the fund. So for now, we will stick to what the law or the bill says. Then from there, we'll develop.
The Director General of the National Sports Authority, Yao Ampofankra, who is also a member of the Ghana Sports Fund Board, stated that sporting federations will need to raise their standards and meet specific requirements before assessing the fund.
The National Sports Authority, certainly one of the biggest headaches, challenges we've had in the past and continuously is to be adequately able to resource federations and associations. So this certainly would be, this certainly is a step in the right direction, and most definitely federations and associations would now also have to raise their game. It's not about just applying for funds and it will be given. No, you need to prove and justify, and certainly we'll have criteria, we'll have, you need to meet the requirements, and it will be revised, reviewed.
A huge step has been taken with regard to solving the challenges that has bedeviled Ghana's sporting fraternity, that's funding. And at the Ministry of Sport and Recreation premises, the newly inaugurated board has been put together and sworn in by the Sports Minister Kofi Adams. In the next years, they'll be looking that the sports fund bill will solve the long-standing issues when it comes to the federations right here in Ghana. Reporting at the Ministry of Sports and Recreation premises for Channel One Sports, I am Gabi Ofe.
Away from there, the Ghana Football Association officially launched the maiden edition of the FIFA Under-15 Girls Regional Coach League on Friday at the Ghana Football Association premises, marking a major milestone in women's football development. Channel One Sports Pius Asak has more in this report.
As part of its commitment to expanding women's football nationwide, the Ghana Football Association has officially unveiled the maiden FIFA U15 Girls Regional Codes Leagues. The initiative, implemented under FIFA's Women's Football Development Program, was launched in a colorful ceremony that attracted major stakeholders in the women's game. Addressing the gathering, GFA President Keto Kreku announced a financial package of 80,000 Ghana cedis for each regional football association ahead of the tournament.
And as a start, we are offering a cash support of 80,000 Ghana cedis to each of the RFs.
FIFA consultant Tuba Sibanda described the project as a vital platform for strengthening national team development.
From a FIFA's perspective, it's a big commitment because we're trying to get more numbers in terms of participation, more safe spaces for girls to enjoy football, for start living without the pressure of competition. I would also say it's a great initiative in terms of support to the national teams, how these girls, the talent pathway can be further strengthened by identifying the girls.
Speaking after the event, Hazakes Ladies CEO Evelyn Insiasari appealed for increased financial investment in women's football.
Multiply 750 by 14. We'll be playing 14 games. So multiply and then see that the money is gone. So we are going to add up. But it is a very good initiative, so we also support.
The Ghana Football Association on Friday, January 23, 2026, took a significant step toward advancing grassroots women's football with the official launch of the FIFA-backed Under-15 Girls Regional Codes League, a nationwide initiative aimed at nurturing young talent and strengthening the foundation of the women's game. Reporting from the GFA headquarters for Channel One Sports, I am Pius Asak.
Well, that's the very latest from the world of sport, and I am Bernard Abeikoche. That's the Sport Boss.
Well, thank you so much, Bernard. And of course, Bernard bringing us the latest in the world of sports. Well, this is how we wrap up today's bulletin on the Channel One Newsroom. But before we go, let's do a recap of our headlines. Police arrest 100 suspects over attacks at Akoti Health Center in the Central Region. 8 days to the NPP's presidential primary. We brought you updates on the campaign of the various aspirants and the latest prediction from Global Info Analytics. Also, Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority DVLA says drivers' licenses will now expire on the birth dates of holders. Pressure group Arise Ghana ends phase 1 of protests at the U.S. Embassy, demanding immediate extradition of former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta. Please do well to visit our website, channel1newsonline.com, for more information on our top stories and more. Subscribe to Channel One TV on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Channel One TV. Download the Channel One News app on the Google Play Store. I am Nanatufo Boateng. Many thanks for watching.